So I've just watched back what I recorded and I said the word well, it's a sound, but I said about, I'd say 152 times in the space of 15 minutes. So I did try and re-record, but it's gotten dark out, so I had to turn on the light and things aren't showing up as well in the unnatural light as it would in the light coming in the window. So I will ask you all to try and ignore the fact that I said all the time, and I will hopefully next week be able to stop doing that and have better light and everything will be great. But I hope you guys enjoyed anyway, and if you have any questions you can leave them below. Comments. Suggestions as how to not say all the time. That would be great. Enjoy! Bye! Hey everyone! Welcome to episode 4 of the Woolly Wolverine podcast. My name is Laura. Today is the 12th of February 2017, and this is a podcast about knitting. If you are new, if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. Thanks so much for joining me again. It's Sunday afternoon. It's a little bit later in the day, so I'm losing light slightly out my window. I had to open my blind full to get a bit of light in, and it is currently snowing outside. I live in Kildare, which is outside of Dublin, in Ireland, about 40 minutes away from Dublin, drive. Yeah, and I live in Kildare with my family, with my mum and dad and my 2 sisters and our cat Neo. So I suppose I'll just do the introductions. As I said, my name is Laura, and you can find me on Instagram as @Woolly Wolverine. You can find the Ravelry group for this podcast. If you search for Woolly Wolverine podcast, I think it is, I'll have it all linked down below, and you can find me on Ravelry as Woolverine as well. The show notes for this podcast are currently on my knee, but they'll be up online on WordPress. It's woollyWolverine.wordpress.com, and you can find all the patterns and different yarns and indie dyers and podcasters that I talk about. I'll have them all linked down there. So again, thanks so much for coming back. Episode 4. It's been fun recording. Yeah, I've been enjoying it. This episode's going to be quite short. I think I don't have any finished objects or any acquisitions, so it's going to be quite quick. But I do have some works in progress, so I'll get to them now. So I suppose we will start with, I showed a hat on episode 2 and I haven't done anything with it since then. So I won't bother even showing that. But I did last week. I had started a pair of socks for Dave, who now watches the podcast. I'll talk about that later, but hello. So here we are. Sorry about that. I think I jumped about 10 foot in the air because my dad just came in to talk about rugby. So I think France won, so we obviously support Ireland. Six Nations is on. Any of you people out there who support the rugby, we're very invested in it in this house. So he's just telling me about the France and Scotland result. So France won. Doesn't really matter. But I'll get back to the knitting now. So as I was saying, I think I was moving on to the whips, and I was about to show the socks that I'm knitting for Dave for his birthday. So I started these last week, and these are my bus knitting. So I knit these on the busaroo on the way to work. So I've done that. Cord in the way. Okay. So the blue is Drops Fable. I think it's grey blue it's called, and then this is the Silver Fox. It's kind of a tonal grey, a little stripy. I didn't know it was going to be stripes. Mystery stripes. They're nice. I think I'll probably do another 5-10 rounds, and then I will do the heel. So I'll start the heel today. Let's see if I can show you the wool here. So they're both Drops Fable, just plain kind of sock yarn, grey and blue. And that's them. So I'm knitting them on my High Sharps 2.5, just vanilla socks. I'm going to do a Fish Lips Kiss heel, then zoom down the foot hopefully, and have them ready for his birthday. He's seen them. What can you do? I was knitting them on them in his house as well. But hopefully they'll be nice and cozy and done by his birthday. So that is them. I'm working on a pair of socks for myself, and they are the Love Along socks by Amy Meeks. And they're over here, one sec. So I'd only started these, I kind of only worked on these yesterday afternoon for an hour or two. Well, not even an hour or two, maybe an hour. So last week I had the half of the first cuff done, so I've got them both on the wee needle now. Here they are. See them there? It's kind of a pinky colour. So this yarn is Fine Fish Fibres, Fine Fish Yarns, I think. And that is Terry, and she is based in Northern Ireland, and it's the Strawberry Shortcake. So these are lacy, small little lace pattern kind of there. You can see little repeat, and it's on the back and the front. So I'm almost done with the first repeat. I think there's like 4 or 5 rows left to go, and then I'll probably do it another 2 times and then move on to the heel. So the heel on these is a Dutch heel, and I have partridge potentially flap. I've never done a heel flap and gusset kind of heel. I only do short row heels. I've done a German short row heel and the Fish Lips Kiss heel, so at least it's something new. I'll give it a go. But they're quite tiny. I'm a bit worried. So they're on Knit Pro Symphony 2.25mm with the cord that is the longest cord I've ever seen in my life. I don't know what I was thinking. I think it's 150 centimeters. Goes on for days. I'm not too gone on the Knit Pro Symphonies. The wood is a bit too grabby. I prefer the highs. The metal is nicer. So I'm doing, sorry, I'm all over the place today. I'm doing the main body in this Strawberry Shortcake, and then I'm going to do the heels and toes in this. It's kind of a purpley blue kind of colour. So that'll be them. I think it'll be quite nice. So hopefully these fit. If they don't, I give them to my sister, Sophia, even though she has quite big feet for a small little girl. Well, she's not actually that little, she's 10, but sure, we'll see. There was, I think it was 60 stitches. So I knit myself a pair of socks on my 2.5s with 56, and they fit okay. They were a little bit tight, so I think these are going to be a bit small. I don't know why I didn't cast on more stitches at the time, and I'm too lazy to go back now. So we'll see. They'll fit someone, so I'm not too bothered. But I think I'm definitely going to get some more metal sock needles because I'm not too pushed on the wooden ones, and that cord is way too long. So the last work in progress that I have is my Girl from the Grocery Store shawl. And that is a pattern by Hohi Locatelli, and it's backwards. I don't know if that's going to show backwards for you, but it's showing backwards for me here now. But it's in black and white, sorry. I just printed it, but it's just a shawl with kind of a lace pattern at the end. Let's see if there's another picture. There's that picture there. So it's Hohi Locatelli. It's a 2-colour shawl. I showed it, I think I showed it last week. I think I'd started it, but I've made a good bit of progress on it. here it is. Yeah. So, I don't know if you can see. So I think I have to do one more repeat, and then it is onto the lace section. So it's quite long at the moment. It's not quite my wingspan yet, but it's nice. I'm liking the colours very much. So they are Malabrigo sock in the Indecita colorway. It's kind of greens and blues and purples, and then the stripes and the lace section are going to be in this. This is Cascade Heritage sock in the Italian plum. So rich, lovely. I love this yarn. Nice and squishy. So I'm flying through this. I had like 2 skeins about this size, 2 balls kind of wound off, and this is the second one already. So yeah, and I'm knitting them on my 4mm Knit Pro Cubics. 4mm Knit Pro Cubics circular. Yeah. So I think that is all my whips. Sorry, I'm on pause here because there's people walking around and I'm afraid they're going to come in. So yeah, I think that's all the knitting that I have to show you this week. It's a bit light, so I'll just move on to the chatter section. If you aren't interested in that, you can leave, I suppose. Actually no, before you go, I had some leftovers from my cozy blanket. One second, I'll just grab them. Nope. Here's 2, 3. So I'm thinking I'm going to make a little bunny, little teddy, knitted rabbit. I found one called the Bonbon. It's kind of cute. So I might cast that on today, maybe tomorrow, maybe when I finish the shawl. We'll see. But in the future, I'm going to cast on a wee bunny. And in the pattern looks like it's all one colour, but I was going to do it all in purple, but I don't think I have enough. So I might aim for purple and grey, and then if I don't have enough between that, I'll put in pops of yellow somewhere. But a little bunny, it could be cute. I'm sure someone will have a baby or a child that I can give it to sometime in the future. Or if not, I can keep it because I love teddy bears. Yeah, so that's future knitting. And that is all for the knitty stuff. So moving on to chatter. Yeah, so as I said, Dave has found the podcast. Well, he didn't actually find it, I told him about it. It took me a while to tell him that I was doing it. I had mentioned that I had planned on doing it a month or so ago, and then I just went ahead and started and then didn't tell him. Not because I was embarrassed, well, a little bit because I was embarrassed, but I was more anxious that he'd think it was weird or unusual. And then also another one of my friends has come across it, Sarah, so I'm not sure if she's watching. If she is, hello. So she came across the profile on Instagram, and yeah, then found the podcast that way. So yeah, the cat's out of the bag, I suppose. My Dave just said that if I ever need any help with it, he's more than happy to help. He'd be more internety and techie than I would, so it's good to have him on board. So yeah, it's coming up to Valentine's Day. It's Valentine's Day on Tuesday, so we went out for dinner on Friday just gone. We went to one of our favourite places, which is Marco Pierre White's. He's a celebrity an English celebrity chef, I suppose, and he has 2 restaurants here in Ireland, in Dublin. And we went to one of them on Friday, yeah. And it's a kind of a steakhouse. He's known for his steaks, and oh good God, they're delicious. They're just like butter. They're amazing. So I got steak and I got goat's cheese to start. I'm a goat's cheese fiend. And they've got steak as well, and he got scallops. But we'll never talk about scallops because I once got food poisoning from them, and now I can't even look at them without feeling ill. So I don't eat scallops, but he had them and he said they were great. So we had an early Valentine's Day because Valentine's Day is on Tuesday. It's not great. We'll exchange gifts on Tuesday. We only got each other something small, little token. But we went out for dinner on Friday, so that was nice. And then on Saturday I went and got my hair done, got re-blondified. So I'm super blonde again for the next couple of weeks until my roots start growing out again, and then I'll be itching to go again. So I brought some knitting with me to the hairdresser, and she was asking me what I was doing because she'd never seen a circular needle. I find people who don't knit just think that needles are straight, and then when they see the circulars they have no clue what they are. So I was working on socks and she was amazed as to what I was up to. So that was Saturday. I went and got Chopped, which is a salad place which I'm somewhat obsessed with. Again, goat's cheese and walnut. It was nice, so I had that for lunch on Saturday, and then came home and watched the rugby. Ireland convincingly won. We were playing Italy. It was a good game. So I enjoyed that. And then my auntie was staying, so I was kicked out of my bedroom. I had to share it with my sister, so that's why this podcast is a bit late going out today, because I usually like to record earlier in the morning, but she was in here sleeping, so I'm only after getting my room back and set up to podcast. So it's starting to get dark. I don't know what's happening. It's still kind of snowing out. But yeah, Mommy's making dinner at the moment. We're having lamb. I've just noticed that in this chatter section I've talked about food for at least 5 minutes of it, I'd say. But I think that's all that really happened. I was in work all week, nothing too exciting. Yeah, I think that's about it. So hopefully next week I'll have some finished objects for you guys, and maybe some acquisitions if I break my yarn diet, which I might do, because there's been so many shop updates, indie doors, and people are doing some good deals and coupons, so I may be so inclined as to purchase myself a little treat for being so good. Well, I do have loads in my stash. I don't know why I'd bother buying yarn, but I just feel like I want to. Yeah, but I think that's it for the week. I will see you all next week, and hope you all have a great week of knitting. And if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, you can go on over to the Ravelry group, or you can leave a comment below, and I'd be happy to talk to you guys. See you soon. Bye.